Thanks for watching the video. I'm going to give you a little recap of the past few days, and then I'll tell you what I selected. After I did my final flight in the 72, then the next thing we had to do was a height weight. The next day after that, we went to Bravo Company to go over all of our scores and make sure they're right with the computers and stuff. The next day after that was our PT test, which I went over in the last video. Then we went in for selection, and you saw my last video. I was just about to go in. All right, so for the most anticipated part of flight school, your selection. Okay, so as you can see, I selected 60s, and more specifically the 60 mic. I tried to remain objective throughout flight school as far as like what aircraft I would like, just so I could look at each one and kind of decide when I got to that point. But I pretty much always wanted the 64s, and there were 7 64 Deltas in our selection. I can't really go into what happened. I can just tell you what not to do. The Army's pretty touchy about pointing fingers and being critical of their school programs. I can't go into it a whole lot. I'll tell you what kind of happened. I was making good grades and not really caring. I knew that not very many people wanted the 64s, so I wouldn't. And typically the 64s are on the bottom of the bottom of the class is going to get 64s. Nobody really wants 64s. But apparently I had a class that wanted a lot of 64s. So I never really paid attention to my OML. I never really ran all the numbers to get my average. They called me in to check my grades. I didn't really check my grades. I gave them the numbers that were on my paper. I said the right numbers. I just didn't actually look at the computer and verify on their screen that everything was right. That was probably the biggest thing. Let's see. And another thing, there's a lot of luck in all this. But yeah, the Army's pretty touchy. I remember when we first started, I was in a briefing and they were talking about somebody who mentioned something on Facebook being critical of an instructor. It did not end well for the student. So, all right, so yeah, that's about as deep into it as I want to go. And remember that I am the exception, not the rule. Typically, everybody gets what they want to fly. Don't let this discourage you from coming in, and like if you want a specific aircraft, all you got to do is try. And yes, there are a lot of variables and there's luck and you may not get it. But for the most part, people, more often than not, I would say, people get what they want. When it comes down to it, I'm still going to be an Army helicopter pilot, and that's an amazing thing. That was my dream job, so I still get to be an Army helicopter pilot. If you are dead set on a single aircraft and you positively know that's what you want, go talk to a guard. You can come in as a guard unit and then switch active, and then you're trained up as that helicopter pilot. So I would look into that if you are dead set on an airframe. And this is the last video in this series. I've actually already started the Black Hawk course, or I selected on a Tuesday, I think, and then I started my Black Hawk course on a Wednesday, that next morning. So not very much downtime. I already started that, and I think I'll do the next series on that as I go along. I'll do the same thing week by week, let y'all know how it goes. I know y'all are probably going to have a lot of questions. Feel free to drop them down there in the comments. I'm also on Instagram right here. Oh, there. I also have more videos that I'm working on the side. I was expecting to get a break, but I started Blackhawks the next day, so I'm still tied up just as busy as I was. But anyways, I got more videos I'm trying to put together in my spare time when I'm not doing one of these, like what equipment I used, what equipment I recommend before you start each piece of your training, what is in my pockets, like what I'm wearing when I go out and get in the helicopter. I know I got all those, and then my Apache buddy who I'm trying to collaborate with and get something together, but he went home for the holidays. All that's in the works, so make sure and keep watching for those things. Alright, so I'm gonna take this opportunity and go out and make something great happen, like Black Hawk Down. No, they died in Black Hawk Down, not that one. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked the videos. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to catch more, just make sure and subscribe over there, and click the little bell icon. That'll let you know when the next video comes out. Thanks. like when we got Osama bin Laden,